Kate is our daughter. She was born June 26, 2006. Soon after her birth, we learned that she had a heart defect. She was missing her pulmonary artery. So over the course of her life, she ended up having to spend many days in the hospital, over 180 days, while doctors tried their best to rebuild that pulmonary artery. Through 4 open heart surgeries, endless procedures, Kate just had to endure life in the hospital, and as our family, we had to live life in the hospital. During that journey with Kate, those 18 months, Kate never learned to walk or talk or crawl. All of her energy went towards having her heart work.
And we weren't allowed to pick her up or hold her for the first couple of weeks. And one of the things we wanted was for her to know that she was loved. So what we would do is we would sit and read to her so she would hear our voice. So one of the things Kate grew to love was to hear reading, and that was kind of our family time when she was sick, that we would sit around and read. And it was a time that we felt normal. It was a time that we felt like a family, and we wanted to repay some of that kindness back to people.
So we started our first Kart 5 months after Kate passed in June of 2008. Kate's Kart is still focused in Northeast Indiana, and right now that is our goal, is to make sure that we're truly being effective in reaching every hospitalized child in Northeast Indiana.
It's not just about the child, it's about the family, and having that interaction with these wonderful volunteers just kept me hopeful that things are going to improve and that they are going to get better and that we're going to have a very great outcome and a great life, and it really has worked out.
The first time I got a book from Kate's Kart, I was 12 or 13, and they came in and they were so nice, and they just made me feel like I wasn't even in the hospital anymore.
We are so grateful to a team of over 100 volunteers that work together. We have volunteers that go into the hospital 3 times a week and actually distribute the book.
I feel blessed that I am able to bring a smile to that child's face, introduce them to a new character, and maybe for a short while forget where they are, that they can actually transport themselves into that story.
The books that my daughter received while she was in the NICU, they were a huge benefit to me building that relationship with her. I couldn't hold my daughter for a week until after she was born, just because of all the complications that she had. And it was a way for me to have a relationship that I didn't know how to do. I mean, as a first-time mom, you expect to have that glorious feeling where you lay the baby on your chest and you can have those connections instantly. I didn't have that right off the bat. And so having those books there and being able to read to her and to show things that I remember as a child reading these books with my mom, it was a great way for us to build that relationship even when she was so small that I couldn't even hold her.
When you don't have a lot at hand to entertain your children, that can be a little unnerving and can be rather stressful. And so when the books came in and they had something for everybody, I was super relieved. It definitely lightened my load a little bit.
So since we need these popular title books, and there's certain books that we know get picked off the cart immediately, the best donation we can have is money. For a couple reasons. One, we're going to go out and buy that book that is needed to be put on a cart today. And the second thing is we're going to get it for half the price that you are. We have partnerships with stores and companies where we can buy the books for almost half price.
Such a small notion, a small gift to these kids have made a huge impact to the families. And to me, that's the best gift of all, is how you can give back to your community in such a simple way and have people love that for you.
We could not do what we do. We could not reach out to over 2,500 kids each and every month without the support, without the donations, without the awareness, without spreading our story. We are so grateful to everybody who has even the tiniest part of sharing our story, of letting others know, and to helping us bring smiles to hospitalized kids.